Hi there, my name is Sam from Versus.com and welcome to the new comparison video between the iPhone 11 Pro Max and the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. It got pretty quiet around Sony smartphones. Can they still keep up with other manufacturers? That's what we will find out in this video. Let's start straight away with our review. Let the facts speak. Performance. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has 256GB internal storage capacity. It is equipped with a super fast Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chip with 1x 2.84 GHz, 3x 2.42 GHz and 4x 1.8 GHz and has 8GB RAM. Storage capacity can be expanded by up to 1 TB. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is equipped with Apple's latest A13 Bionic chip that comes with a 2x 2.65 GHz and a 4x 1.8 GHz capacity. The phone has 4 GB RAM and the individual models offer different storage capacities. 64, 256 and 512 GB are available. Storage capacity unfortunately cannot be expanded as it is typical for Apple iPhone devices. Once again, the Snapdragon 865 against Apple's A13 chip. Apple's 4GB RAM against Sony's 8GB RAM. The Xperia seems stronger. Let's take a closer look and benchmark which smartphone comes out on top, because the software also determines the speed of the smartphone. The tests are divided into 3 phases. A performance test of the RAM, a test of how the device is handling 2-dimensional graphics, and an endurance test of how the device is handling 3D graphics. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, according to the benchmark outcome, wins in terms of performance. Camera. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II had 3 main cameras: a 60mm ultra-wide, a 24mm wide angle and a 70mm telephoto camera. Each camera has a resolution of 12 megapixels. The front camera's resolution is 8 megapixels. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II records 4K videos at a maximum of 60 frames per second. And of course it has image stabilization for video too. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has 3 main cameras. All 3 cameras have a resolution of 12 megapixels. The front camera's resolution is 12 megapixels. The iPhone 11 Pro Max records 4K videos at a maximum of 60 frames per second. Also has image stabilization for video. So much for the specs. Let's check out which camera system actually takes the best pictures. The pictures taken with the 11 Pro Max are sharp and the colors are great. Pictures taken with the Sony Xperia seem, as for Sony camera systems usual, pretty sharp, sometimes a little bit too sharp. And the color rendering is okay. We like the colors of the iPhone a little bit more. In case of the front camera, we actually couldn't decide which we liked more. They equally took really sharp images. The 11 Pro Max has a 2-fold optical and a 10-fold digital zoom feature. The Xperia 1 Mark II has a 3-fold optical and a 3-fold digital zoom feature. Thanks to a resolution of 4K, the Xperia produces first-class videos. With 120 frames per second in 2K mode, you can do slow motion videos, but not as slow as the iPhone. The iPhone records also excellent videos in 4K, but you can do slow motion videos in Full HD with 240 frames per second. The specs of the camera system are almost identical. Okay, the iPhone has some specs that are better than Sony's. For example, the 240 frames slow motion capability. We give this point to the Sony Xperia Mark II anyway. And here's why. Sony pre-installed 2 pro apps that give you full manual control of the camera system. It is like you have a real camera in your hand. For every photo or video enthusiast, this is perfect. On every other phone you have to pay extra for a pro app like that. To have it pre-installed, it's just amazing. Design. The iPhone 11 Pro Max with Apple's signature glossy and matte finish has a very high-end look and feel to it. The triple cameras are well positioned on the upper left corner on the back of the phone. The smartphone weighs 226 grams and it's roughly 15.8 cm long, 7.78 cm wide and 0.81 cm deep. It has Apple's Lightning connector and is IP68 rated, so it's water and dust resistant. The iPhone uses the face recognition technology to unlock the phone. The Face ID works perfect at daylight and also good in a weak light environment. The Sony Xperia 1 Mark II has a clean design with a glossy finish. The triple camera system is well positioned on the upper left corner on the back of the phone. We noticed that lots of flagship phones have really big camera bumps that stick weirdly out of the back of the device. Sony did a good job by reducing theirs to an acceptable amount on this phone. The smartphone weighs 181 grams, it's roughly 16.6 cm long, 7.2 cm wide and 0.7 cm deep. It is water and dust resistant thanks to an IP68 rating. The Xperia 1 Mark II has, like every modern smartphone, a USB-C connector. You can unlock the phone via fingerprint scanner, which is built into the power button on the right side of the phone. One thing that you cannot find in most of the new flagship phones is an audio jack. The Xperia 1 Mark II still has one, which we consider as a bonus point. When it comes to design, it always depends on individual taste. And we love Apple's almost impeccable design. We know we already got called Apple fanboys for that. But Sony did something with the Xperia 1 Mark II that we think might be something like a game changer. It still isn't the perfect designed phone. It is, for example, a fingerprint magnet. Don't get me wrong, but we want to give it the point in this comparison. Because we think that the lean design gives it a perfect shape and to hold in your hand. Do you agree? Do you think that the lean design could be something that other smartphone manufacturers should adapt to? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We love to hear your opinion. Display. The Xperia 1 Mark II has a 6.5-inch cinema wide display, which means it has a 21:9 aspect ratio with a 1644p resolution. It uses a 4K OLED screen which creates crispy sharp images. The 6.5-inch display therefore measures 16.5 cm diagonally with a pixel density of an incredible 643 ppi. The screen only has a 60 Hz refresh rate, but it uses motion blur which creates the look and feel of a 90 Hz display. The iPhone 11 Pro Max has a 6.5-inch display with a 2688 x 1242 pixel resolution. It uses an OLED screen to create very natural colors. The 6.5-inch display therefore measures 16.5 cm diagonally with a pixel density of 458 ppi. Since this phone was released in 2019, it doesn't have the 2020 must-have of a 120 Hz refresh rate. No chance for Apple's display to win in this comparison. There are two main facts for an easy decision. Like we already mentioned, the lean design of the display is something that we really liked. The name Cinema Wide Display already gives you the hint on the cinema feeling it creates. But the 4K screen resolution made the Xperia win in this race. Battery. The iPhone when fully charged had 3969 mAh. On the other hand, the Sony when fully charged had 4000. Both phones have similar big batteries, so I'd say it's not looking that promising for the Xperia. But let's see what our everyday life test will say. And I was right. The iPhone was the winner in our day-to-day usage test. The point goes therefore to the iPhone, because the longer screen time in everyday usage is the most crucial issue. But we also gotta say that batteries in both phones lasted easily a whole day of normal usage. It always depends on the way you use your phone and the settings you use it in. Conclusion. Okay, let's see if Sony still produces smartphones that can keep up with other flagship smartphones. Let's count the points. The Xperia outperformed Apple's iPhone in terms of performance and takes the lead. Sony's experience in producing world-class camera system makes the Xperia's camera win in this category. The point therefore goes to Sony. And it goes on. It was the first time that we had to decide against Apple's design. The Xperia takes the win because we think that the narrow design could be something that we'd like to see from other manufacturers. And as an important part of the lean design, the high-res display also lets the Xperia win against the iPhone. Okay, now the last category, the battery life. As we predicted, the iPhone wins at least this point. So the answer to the question is yes, Sony still produces high-class smartphones, and we would like to see more to come from Sony. Naturally, we will review more than these 5 categories. If you want to see the full comparison, follow the link here to our website. You can compare up to 7 different smartphones at versus.com. But before you do that, please post your comments and let us know which smartphone you think ranks first. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you soon.